Hello, today is January 19th, and we are reading our second reading for this coming Sunday, the third Sunday after Epiphany. Our second reading comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 12 through 31. For just as the body is one and has many members, and all the members of the body, though many, are one body, so it is with Christ. For in the one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, Jews or Greeks, slaves or free, and we were all made to drink of one Spirit. Indeed, the body does not consist of one member, but of many. If the foot would say, "Because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body," that would not make it any less a part of the body. And if the ear would say, "Because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body," that would not make it any less a part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the hearing be? If the whole body were hearing, where would the sense of smell be? But as it is, God arranged the members in the body, each one of them, as he chose. If all were a single member, where would the body be? As it is, there are many members, yet one body. The eye cannot say to the hand, "I have no need of you," nor again the head to the feet, "I have no need of you." On the contrary, the members of the body that seem to be weaker are indispensable. And those members of the body that we think less honorable, we clothe with greater honor, and our less respectable members we treated with greater respect, whereas our more respectable members do not need this. But God has so arranged the body, giving the greater honor to the inferior member, that there may be no dissension within the body, but the members may have the same care for one another. If one member suffers, all suffer together with it. If one member is honored, all rejoice together with it. Now you are the body of Christ, and individually members of it. And God has appointed in the church first apostles, second prophets, third teachers, then deeds of power, then gifts of healing, forms of assistance, forms of leadership, various kinds of tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Do all work miracles? Do all possess gifts of healing? Do all speak in tongues? Do all interpret? But strive for the greater gifts, and I will show you a still more excellent way. So this section, which is a fairly long, the longer half of chapter 12 in 1 Corinthians, is Paul's grand analogy of the body. One body with many members. And it is an analogy that Paul did not come up with this. This is, especially in the ancient world, in the ancient Greek world especially, this analogy of the many members of the body was used for society. That is, the Greeks, there were multiple philosophers that would say there are the head, there's the head, there are the people at the top of society, there are the feet and the hands, the people that do the work and tend to get dirtier, tend to receive less honor than the head. And so Paul, in some way, is taking that base analogy, which is a very understandable, very approachable analogy, and Paul is breaking it down, and Paul is, in fact, turning it. He's pivoting the analogy in a way that is, he makes an argument that does not create a hierarchy, even though you might think there might be, but instead breaks the hierarchy down, breaks down the different levels that the people are on. So I just want to draw our attention to, all the different ways that those hierarchies get built. There are people who perhaps would say the church should all be the same thing, or everyone in the church should behave or be expressive in exactly the same way. In a lot of ways, I think as the church, we tend to be narrow. Tend to have a narrow viewpoint about what is Christian expression or what counts as church activity. And if that's the case, certain people then get pushed to the side or unappreciated. We all like our, we love our musicians, but not everyone can be a musician. And if everyone were a musician, then a lot of other things wouldn't happen. Not everyone should be a preacher. Some are, but if everyone were, then there would be no music and there would be no service. And this is not to say that people only satisfy one thing in the sort of matrix, the fabric of the community, but it is to say, as Paul said earlier, each of us, we have our particular gifts. We are equipped in different ways. And there isn't a conflict, Paul is trying to tell us, between our diversity and our unity. That is, we are, even if we don't think of ourselves as diverse, we are a diverse church. We have differentiation between us, and there ought to be differentiation between us. In some ways, if there isn't enough, that's unhealthy too. But that diversity that doesn't have to be. And Paul is saying that doesn't have to be a source of division, a source of conflict. In fact, it's from our diversity that we can see the unified whole, that we can appreciate, that we can come to understand and appreciate the differences that build the community. To say, I think Paul is saying in strong terms, diversity is the strength of the community. That those who we might not think of as he says, that seem to be weaker, those members are indispensable. And the ones that we think are less, that would be thought of as less honorable, get treated with the greatest honor. Paul is saying, in society, we create hierarchies. Certain people get paid more and certain people get paid less, especially in our society. We have a market society that lives on hierarchies. There are people whose labor is valued at higher amounts than the labor of others. The church, in some ways, is a vision of a different kind of value system. We don't value some people's labor more than we value other people's labor. In fact, what Paul is saying, we are being led to appreciate the labor of those who have been undervalued, who have been discounted. We are meant not just to appreciate their labor, but to appreciate the fact that they exist and are part of our body. So Paul is pointing to a whole different value system that is entirely different, other than a value system that only accounts for how much we can produce, or only puts value in people of certain identities. In the church, within this community, however it takes its shape, this community is built on a value system that breaks down hierarchy. It's a value system that breaks down division in favor of a unified whole that appreciates, values, and as we get to chapter 13, loves its disparate members. So that's a wonderful picture of a community. And our Christian communities sometimes fail that mark. We miss that. But this is the analogy, this is the model that Paul is presenting to us that we are to move towards. I hope you're having a good day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.